There was a fisherman who lived on the seashore, and his only hobby was fishing. He would go out early every morning with his small boat and nets to catch as many fish as possible, which would provide him with food and help him earn a living. On one trip, while the fisherman was preparing his nets for casting, he noticed a beautiful small fish swimming next to him. She was wearing bright colors, and her eyes sparkled with joy. Over time, the fisherman became sympathetic to the little fish and began to feel feelings of wanting to protect it. The fisherman decided to leave fishing for the day and meet the little fish and get to know it better. The fisherman cast his net aside and waited until the fish approached. He started talking to her kindly, telling her about his life as a hunter and the difficulties he faced in staying alive. As the fisherman was telling the fish, he discovered that it understood him incredibly well. Although she could not speak with words, she responded with her movements and physical expressions. The fisherman communicated with the fish with friendship and love, and the fish came to visit him every morning. Over time, the small fish has become an integral part of the fisherman's life. She used to swim alongside his boat and accompany him on his sea trips. The fisherman began to respect and appreciate marine life in general, and began to sympathize with fish and avoid overfishing in order to preserve the presence and sustainability of the species. Thanks to this unique friendship, the fisherman learned a lot about the beauty and true value of life at sea. He began telling the story of his friendship with the little fish to the other fishermen and people in the village, sharing the lessons he learned about respect and preserving the environment. Eventually, when the little fish got big, the fisherman realized it was time to let it back into the wide ocean where it belonged. The fisherman bid farewell to the little fish with sadness and joy in his heart, grateful for the wonderful friendship that brought them together. Since then, the fisherman has continued his sea voyages, but with a completely new spirit. He fishes with wisdom and respect, and seeks to maintain the ecological balance in the ocean. While he enjoys fishing, he always remembers his wonderful friendship with the little fish and the valuable lessons it left in his heart. Thus, the fisherman continues to tell his inspiring story to future generations, inspiring people to respect and preserve the environment and sea creatures. He realized that friendship and balance with nature are the basis of happiness and sustainability in human life. After a while, the fisherman began to feel longing for his friend, the little fish. He missed seeing her and talking to her, and decided to return to the seashore to search for her. When the fisherman reached the shore, he did not know how to find the small fish among all those fish in the vast ocean. But he did not lose hope, and decided to use different ways to contact her. The fisherman took an empty bottle and wrote a letter expressing his longing and friendship. Then he put the letter inside the bottle and threw it forcefully into the ocean. He hoped that the vial would reach the little fish and tell her that he wanted to see her again. Days passed, and the fisherman continued to watch the sea impatiently, expecting to get a response from his little fish friend. One day, the fisherman noticed something strange floating on the surface of the water. When he approached it, he discovered that it was the bottle he had thrown away yesterday. Quickly, the fisherman retrieved the letter from inside the bottle and opened it. There was something written on the paper. The little fish's words were an expression of her joy at seeing the fisherman's message. She was saying that she missed him too and wanted to meet him. In coordination, the fisherman and the little fish agreed on the meeting place. The fisherman took his boat and headed to the specified place. When he arrived, he couldn't believe what he saw. The little fish had invited all of her fish friends to meet the fisherman and celebrate the friendship that had developed between them. The friendship between the fisherman and the little fish had inspired many people on the beach. They began to think about the importance of preserving the marine environment and protecting against pollution and overfishing. They also begin to make friends with other sea creatures and work together to preserve the ocean and provide a safe environment. In conclusion, we can conclude that the story of the friendship of the fisherman and the little fish carries with it many lessons and values that we can take inspiration from in our daily lives. Here are some of the key points that stand out in this story. 1. Respect and empathy. By caring for the small fish and interacting with it gently, the fisherman learned the value of respect and empathy for other living beings. We must remember that we share the planet with a variety of beings, and we must treat them with kindness and respect. 2. Sustainability and environmental preservation. After befriending the little fish, the fisherman realized the importance of preserving marine species and the marine environment in general. We must be aware of the impacts of our actions on the environment and work to maintain ecological balance to ensure the sustainability of life in the oceans. The story of the friendship of the fisherman and the little fish reflects important values such as respect, compassion, sustainability, friendship, and happiness. We can take inspiration from this story to improve our lives and strengthen our relationships with living creatures and the environment around us. If you liked this story, please subscribe to the channel and support us by liking and activating the bell button to receive all new updates.